this is Formula 3.
And as we hit the Wellington Straight,
And this is the Super Formula Lights League called iGPFun on iRacing.
Actually, but it is.
iGPFun is a league I joined nearly 2 years ago, looking to prove myself in the Super Formula Lights.
In this race so far, that's the tied most positions gained by anybody so far.
You get grids with over 30 drivers every week, and it is super competitive.
It looks like he clipped the barrier there, Darren McAvunga.
And my luck in this league hasn't been the greatest of all time. Take this example in Silverstone. Going through to the final corner, nothing can go wrong on lap 1. Well, it can all go wrong. But at the same time, I actually didn't get damage from that somehow. But I thought to myself yesterday, let me try again. Let's run it back. And the main difficulty is getting used to the car again, considering it has been months since I've driven it. But it's such an accessible car, it doesn't take too long to get used to. And we jump straight into a 30-minute qualifying session. The most competitive part of any race in this league, as the highest I've ever qualified is P15. I'm gonna look to try and improve that. Through turns 1 and 2, it was a little bit awkward through 1, which kind of set me up badly for turn 2 and 3. But luckily, I kept a lot of speed and kept my foot planted through turn 3 there, just so I wouldn't lose any more time. And now through turn 4, I decided to take a wider entry point, and that does gain me quite a bit of time under Delta. But now my worst corner, turn 5, I don't spot the braking point. I don't know what the braking point is. You just brake when you feel like it. And it didn't quite work out this time around. If you look to the top right, you see me shake my head. I'm a little bit disappointed, but turn 7 and 8 will get rid of that disappointment. We just fling the car through and gain plenty of time, foot to the floor through turn 9, and get a very good exit, and even a tow from some cars up in front. The car on the left does get out of the way, and now through turn 10 I go super late on the brakes, a lot later than any other lap I've done, because remember, I'm still learning as I'm going along here. Now through turn 11, open it up on the curb on the left, and then swoop it in 3rd gear, and get the foot to the floor, not to lose any RPM. And now through the penultimate corner, and then the final corner, I'll even receive a toe to the line, so perfect timing there. And that is a lap around Barcelona, Catalonia, a smile on my face there as I finish the lap and go provisionally P9.
row 5, Max Bartolotta and Darren McAvunga. Yeah, that's a tough one. I nailed it. If I say so myself, Ludwig ranks on. That's close enough.
A match of Mavonga on row 5, according to the commentator.
That is close enough. You know what? I'll take that. Jokes aside about my name, Matchavunga, and now we're going to get into the race, where it's weirdly enough in this league, but probably for the best, they have a rule where you cannot attack on lap number 1 for at least maybe half a lap. I should really read the rules and check. But I know one thing for sure, is that through turns 1, 2 and 3, no attacking, no dive bombs, nothing. So qualifying P10 has been very good for me, as I know I will keep P10 for sure, as Ranchon behind me is actually quite aggressive here, but obviously not going for any overtakes. And we move over to the end of lap 1 then, knowing that nothing really happened on the first lap. But things are about to happen at the final corner. Nobody expected there to be such horrific understeer. And we've got a car in the wall on the right-hand side. So, huge understeer at the final corner due to being on such a heavy fuel tank. And now, Hugo Wolf is going to go to the left-hand side, around the outside. He's one of the only cars that didn't mess up at the last corner. And he will swoop round the outside and it will turn to the inside. Brilliant move there from Wolf. And I was really shocked about that overtake he made. I actually thought about retiring, box to retire the car at that point. But we're going to come back at him going into turn 4. But it would be a brave manoeuvre to go all the way around the outside, like Daniel Kvyat a few years ago. And because of that failed overtake, we're now under pressure here from Rancian, should I say. And I do manage to defend that for now. But we're under a lot of pressure here at the start of the race. And that's one of my main issues in racing at the moment. I just take too long to get fully zoned in. And it puts me under a lot of pressure, especially when you're against such quick drivers behind. And now here goes the Frenchman once again down the inside here at turn 10. And I'm a little bit miffed by this because it is lap number 2. Leave me alone and let's follow the rest of the field. I do defend successfully again, but he's going to try and do a cutback, but nothing too intimidating here.
For the rest of the race.
Oh, and he taps him around. That's a huge
wreck
accident.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Oh dear.
Come on, mate. It's lap 2. Lap 2 out of 30, by the way, but okay. Sub-optimal. We've made contact with Ranson, and now we're all the way down to P29, I believe, which isn't really ideal, but my reaction is quite calm, as we've got nothing to fight for anyway, and we're still in the race, crucially. We've only got a bit of wheel damage, rather than the whole car being totaled, and crucially, no front-end damage.
Okay, mate. Like you said, it's lap 2, there's still plenty of time to recover.
And that is my engineer, Brad, aka Simbarox1, who does this kind of content on the F1 game. Be sure to check him out, actually. He probably does this a lot better than I do, as I go down the inside to go up into P28 already making a comeback drive here with a bit of discomfort, especially in left-handers, as I don't know how I got so lucky. Well, unlucky and lucky at the same time. As the car in front there, Paul, is going slowly after going wide at the final corner, so another overtaking opportunity taken by me here, and I'm up into P27. So initially I thought we're going to really struggle to even make a single overtake with this damage, but now it turns out we're not too bad off from it. Here comes Paul again though, going into turn 10, and this is our second collision of the race. A little bit of contact.
Oh my god, it's got to be the biggest netcode I've ever seen. Didn't even touch.
And I'm absolutely fuming with this one because I felt like I didn't touch him. I looked at the replay after the race. I did not make contact with Paul, and it is such a shame that he has been spun around. But classic iRacing netcode coming into play, and I'm just going to have to keep my head down and focus on the cars in front. Speaking of which, we do have a car off in the gravel, and that is another free position. But for Paul, if you are watching this video somehow, I do apologise. As we move on to lap number 6 now, and there's a few cars up ahead fighting each other through turns 1, 2 and 3, which is going to be very hairy indeed, as now I'm approaching all 3 of them, and I could go for the gap at turn 3, and I think I will, just to put a little bit of pressure on.
Yeah, 4 into 1, somehow it works. It's Matthew Gracie right in the thick of this one with Kai Surumi and Darren Metropavunga giving him a bit of trouble. As we see, Alejandro Cisnatore dropping down the field as well. Quite spectacular. I think he's dipped it into the gravel while he's spun coming out of the Campus chicane, isn't he?
It's got around, he was running 10th. Suboptimal.
Another place gained there for absolutely free, but I've got to find a way through all 3 cars in front of me, and after that there's a bit of a gap to the cars up ahead, so it is going to be a little bit tricky to actually make any more progress after getting through these 3, but at the moment that is not my concern. We just need to focus on the cars in front. Starting with Kai, who gets really scared at the car in front moving under braking there, and has an awful exit through turn 2, and basically leaves the door open for me to go through. I don't think he wanted to fight that, so that's another place gained.
Nice one, Darren. That's another one.
So we move up into P22 and then P21 after another collision happened later on in the lap, as Gracie's going to go wheel to wheel with Tausma into turn 3. Now going into turn 4, we're in a bit of an awkward position now where we just have to kind of wait and watch and see what happens. I mean, I could just send it in there, but at the end of the day, if I get damage, there's no fast repair. We'll be done for in this race, so we have to be a little bit smart. We open up turn 5, big lockup from Gracie, and that allows me to do a cutback, going through turn 6 now, then turn 7, down the inside at the braking zone, and there's nothing that Gracie could do, but respectful racing from him indeed. Another place gained, and into the top 20 at last.
We'll try and push him into something. By the way, Clark Williams was the guy who went off at the last corner.
Oh, okay. In the top 20 now. Whoop, whoop. Hugo Wolf, what happened to him?
I think he might have a collision as well, Darren. His last lap was a 46-1.
Fucking hell.
So something indeed has happened to Hugo Wolf, which is a huge shame for him, as he was fighting in the top 10 now is down where we are basically, but a couple of seconds up the road. But back to my point of view now, and I've got to try and get ahead of Adam now through the final corner. He does go a little bit wide and has to lift off a lot more than he would have wanted to. So on the main straight, with the slipstream in this car, it's almost like we've got active aero enabled. We're going to go straight through him and up into now P16, as I believe a few cars did drop out there after the Hugo Wolf incident. So that's another move done, and we can continue to push on and try and get into that top 15, which would be absolutely insane considering we have got damage. We did have a collision early on, but the pace is still very good.
Let's get onto the back of Asia up ahead. Your lap times are looking very good considering the damage. You're matching some of the cars from about 15th to 10th right now, even with the damage. Your pace looks really good.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And Brad there being the perfect example of an engineer, giving me a lot of encouragement throughout the entirety of this race, which definitely did help out. I usually don't race with an engineer, or unless his name is Rowan Carrick in Creator Series, but Brad doing a fantastic job there. And now we have caught up to Asia up ahead, but now there's a problem, as we've not had a chance to overtake him, and before we could, there's been a car who's gone round now. Hortala, who was running in P10, it seems like there's a bit of a curse when you're running in P10. You just happen to find yourself in an incident, except this time around, Hortala did lose a car by himself at turn 7 to turn 8. But this is a problem now, because we are in a 3-car train, and we're at the back of it. So no matter what kind of slipstream I get from the red and white car up ahead, it's never going to be anything useful, because he will have a tow from Asia in front. And look at that, double dirty air in the final corner. And now we move on to lap 17, and it's just unbelievable. We can't really do anything. We're trying everything we can, and we do get a run here on Hortala. Going into turn 4, we're going to go to the outside line. It would be a bit risky to send it on the inside, but there are starting to be a few marbles on the outside of the track, which are stopping me from getting the grip on the outside line. But I do manage to find a gap on the inside, but Hortala will be late on the brakes and closes the door at turn 5. And you literally see me breaking the 4th wall, as that's my way of telling you that I am stuck. I can't do anything. We do have a pace advantage, but we just can't do anything for now. We're going to need something special to happen.
Side of the final corner, that's brave.
Yeah,
And oh my goodness, not only has he survived it, he pulled it off.
Around the outside.
Let's hope we don't have a little controversy at the end of this one, as it's free wide into turn 1 as iGPFun.
Look at this move right here.
Oh my goodness.
Let's have another look at that. 3 wide into turn 1. I knew it would end in tears if I tried to be a hero, so I did a switch back on Asia, and then round the outside at turn 2.
Finally. Ay, ay, ay.
You can indeed hear the relief as I'm finally no longer the 3rd car in the train. I'm now set free, and we have the advantage in this little group that we're in. Hortala goes defensive. We do a switchback on him here, and can we get sufficiently alongside? Going into turn 5, not exactly. I'll try another switchback, but I was very hesitant on the power, so we can just sit back for now. And genuinely, there is no rush here. There's a big gap to the cars in front, so there is not really much point making a move too hastily here. We can just sit back and make sure we make the move safely and get pushing on our way. As Hortala goes wide at the final corner, and I literally celebrate that, because that means I know I can definitely get a move done here. Going onto the main straight, left-hand side, and that will be a pretty basic overtake. And Hortala doesn't want to fight that, which I was a little bit shocked about, but I think he has more ambition than anyone else in that situation. I think he wants to try and hang on to the back of me, and we can try and catch the cars in front, which kind of did happen. The next few laps that I've just skipped were the most difficult of the race, trying to do lap after lap consistently, but having Brad as my engineer in my ear basically was very handy, telling me all the updates.
Yeah.
Got something right.
You are catching. I can't see him. The stream is spectating someone else.
Oh, okay. Well, we've got someone to follow.
Indeed we do. We have someone to follow. It's Nujen, who was running in P12 in the train up ahead, but he has had a moment there a few laps ago, and he goes a little bit wide into the final corner, but keeps his foot in there, which makes my life a little bit difficult. But going on to the main straight, we have another opportunity to make this overtake and get up into P14, which would be a fantastic result for sure. Going into turn 1, we have a look, but I'm not quite wanting to crash out of the race, so we do sit behind. And then through turn 3, knowing that Nugen has had a spin, he's going to be struggling on tyres here a lot more than me, so I can go down the inside of him going into turn 4, and that is P14 now. So if anything happens up ahead, we could be in for potentially a top 12 finish, but the overtake isn't quite done yet, as he will try on the right hand side. But again, I cover the inside just to make sure that I stay ahead, and back to pushing in clear air we go.
Oh, he's hit me, man. What the fuck? Come on.
That's unlucky.
Ah, mate. Seriously? Oh my god. Okay.
It's really unlucky. Just head up, just keep going. He was all over the place even before you took him.
Yeah.
That's really unlucky.
Alright, that's what it is.
And third time is the charm in this race, our third incident in the Grand Prix. But again, still no damage, so we're still pushing on round the outside of Asia, literally a lap after our collision. And now we will have the inside line at turn 5, but that is indeed very frustrating.
Don't move under braking, you little prick. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, I can confirm after looking back at it, he did not move under braking, but my car was swerving towards the right-hand side, which made it look like, in my point of view, that he did move, but he didn't. So apologies for that, but we're still under pressure.
Let's try and gap Mark. He will be eager to pass you.
You think?
And the timing of that just couldn't be worse, as Mark goes down the inside at turn 10 and gets the move done successfully with a little bit of contact. But that has kind of ruined him a little bit, getting that move done, as we're just going to follow him through the final 2 corners and stay in the slipstream and re-overtake him. So it really wasn't worth it for Mark to make that move, however impressive. But at this point in time, it's 1 step forward and about 18 back. It just feels like we're going nowhere here. But we're going to go down the inside, and that should hopefully be the move to lock in P15 here into turn 1. Mark isn't going to be able to fight it, but he can get a better exit through turns 2 and 3. And I think this guy is feeling quite punchy. He is all over the mirrors, and I'm starting to struggle with my tyres. And through turn 9, wheel to wheel, I hang it on the outside line. And Mark is just really annoying me here, because I just want the race to be over. But he is looking to have a fight on this final 2 laps. He wasn't able to get me on the main straight, but he did manage to size up a move here going into turn 4. I just can't relax. I wanted to relax my way to the end of the race in P14 and hope to gain from a crash, but that is indeed not the case, and I've gotten caught up on the marbles now going into turn 5, so I'm all out of line, I'm all out of shape. I brake too late and I nearly lose the rear on the exit, and it's just all going wrong. Mark will do a switchback and he's going to have the inside for turn 7, which it's just not been a good end to the race at all. You can see me shaking my head. I'm not very happy at all at this point. But we still have one more opportunity to get back this P15, this oh so impressive and important P15 here, going into turn 10, round the outside, taking a huge risk here to go on the outside line on the final lap. It will turn to the inside, both of us not willing to brake earlier, and Mark will hang it on the outside, and that might be it. I have a look into turn 12, but again, I just don't want to whack him out of the way, and through the final corner, cannot turn, and that is the end of a very up and down race.
What a shame.
Cheers, buddy. Great win, man.
It's what it is. Can't be too disappointed. Fair play, Mark.
That was a really good drive, mate. You your car was very attractive to the front wings of a few people today.
Yep. Fuck's sake, man. honestly, yeah, it's a shame about what happened with Nugent, or however you say his name. Just, I don't know if that gave me a bit more damage or something, but I just have no fucking front end after that. Jesus.
Yeah, I think you drove really well. Your attempted double overtake also made on the stream as well.
Nice.
Also, your personal best was done in the dirtier of 2 cars, so your pace was really, really good. You were nearly matching some people on the outskirts of the top 10. So, yeah, you were very strong. Unlucky with the crashes. That just ruined things for us.
It was a good race. Could have gone better as well. It's a mixture of both. Not gonna lie though, it's not like I'm disappointed. Not like I've got a real goal in this league, but it was nice to do a pretty cool recovery.